All right, let's talk about something that's driving a lot of people crazy. Big companies are pouring millions, sometimes billions, into artificial intelligence and getting almost nothing back but a giant headache. Today, we're going to figure out exactly why that is and how to fix it, using a really simple idea that all starts in the kitchen.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, right? AI is supposed to make everything smarter, faster, and better. That's the sales pitch. But when you look under the hood at so many companies, the reality is just chaos. A mess of new tools, roles that make no sense, and big, flashy projects that just fizzle out. So what is going on here? How can this super powerful new ingredient be making the final dish worse?
Well, it all starts right here. Welcome to the kitchen in chaos. This is exactly what it looks like when you throw powerful new technology at a problem without having a real plan, without a recipe.
Look at this. On one side, you have the promise, what we all want to believe in. More efficiency, incredible speed, game-changing insights. But on the other side, you get the reality. Instead of efficiency, you get tool sprawl. A dozen different apps that don't even talk to each other. Instead of clear insights, you get total role chaos, where nobody's sure who's supposed to do what. And instead of speed, you get completely bogged down by new compliance risks you didn't even know existed. It's a mess.
And this, right here, just nails the problem. Think about AI like it's one of those super fancy high-tech kitchen gadgets, like a Thermomix. Now, if your kitchen is already organized, if you know your recipes and you've got your ingredients prepped, that machine will make you a culinary superstar. But if your kitchen is a disaster zone, that fancy machine just helps you make a mess faster. That's what AI is. It's an amplifier. It takes whatever you already have and just makes it louder.
So how do we get out of this mess? Well, let's get to the good part. The secret isn't about buying a better, shinier appliance. The secret is having a better recipe. It is all about creating structure before you even think about plugging in that expensive new piece of tech.
And in the business world, that master recipe book is called a service catalog. Seriously, think of it as your kitchen's mise en place. That's the fancy chef term for getting every single ingredient chopped, measured, and put in its place before you turn on the stove. Your service catalog does the same thing. It defines who does what tools they need, and what the final result is supposed to look like. This simple step is what makes your entire operation understandable, repeatable, and finally ready for AI.
Now, getting AI ready isn't an overnight thing. It's a journey. At the bronze level, you just write the recipe, define the roles, map out the workflow. It's basic, but you know what? It solves like 80% of the chaos right there. Then at silver, you start to perfect that workflow. You add quality checks and compliance steps, just like a professional kitchen would. And only then, at the gold level, is your process so crystal clear that you can point to one specific spot and say, aha, that's exactly where my new AI tool can help me chop the vegetables.
Okay, so you've got your recipe book. Everything is organized. Now you have a really important choice to make. And this is huge, especially if you're a bank, a hospital, a utility company, anywhere that handles sensitive data. The choice is, do you cook in your own kitchen, or do you send your most precious recipes out to some giant, faceless catering company?
And this is that choice. Using a big cloud AI platform, that's the catering service. You send your recipes, your data, out to them and just hope it comes back okay. You have way less control. And you have to ask yourself, who else is getting a peek at my secret ingredients? But Edge AI, that's your own kitchen. The recipes, the data, the AI appliance, it all stays in-house, under your roof. You have complete control, what we call data sovereignty. And because it's right there, it's faster, it's safer, and it's way more responsive.
And honestly, this says it all, doesn't it? If you're in a regulated industry, your data isn't just data. It's your secret family recipe. It's your competitive edge. It's your customer's most private information. You would never photocopy your grandmother's secret sauce recipe and hand it out on the street corner, so why on earth would you send your most critical business data out into the cloud without a second thought?
So, let's say you've done it. You've organized your kitchen, you've brought your AI home, and you've perfected one amazing recipe. What happens next is actually kind of magical. That success doesn't just stay in one little corner of the company. It starts to create a pull across the entire organization.
It all starts with just one thing. You master one core service. You make it your signature dish. You've got the recipe down, your in-house AI is humming along, and you are delivering a perfect result every single time. And you know what? People start to notice.
And that success creates this amazing pull effect. The manager from the department next door, whose kitchen is basically on fire, comes over, sees your calm, efficient setup, and says, "Whoa, how are you doing that? Our place is a disaster. Can I get a copy of your recipe book?" You don't have to push it on them. They start demanding it.
So now you've got multiple kitchens wanting to use your recipes and your fancy AI appliances. You need a way to manage all that, right? That's where the servAI hub comes in. Think of it as the head chef's command center. It's the central brain that makes sure every single kitchen is using the latest version of the recipe, is meeting the same high-quality standards, and is operating completely securely. This is how you go from being one great cook to running a Michelin-star restaurant chain.
Which brings us to a really smart way to think about the money side of things. We're not just buying tools anymore, we're managing a whole fleet of them, which makes this powerful, local AI actually affordable and scalable.
Okay, if you manage a budget, you're going to love this. The cost is split into a few parts. First, there's CapEx. That's a one-time purchase for the physical AI appliance, our Thermomix. It's a solid asset built to last for years. Then there's OpEx, which is a totally predictable subscription for that servAI hub, the command center that gives you all the updates and support. But here's the genius part, fleet rotation. When one kitchen has totally mastered its recipe, you can take its appliance, refurbish it, and move it to another department that's just starting out. You get maximum value out of every single device you own.
You see, this is a completely different way of thinking. You're not just buying tech, installing it, and then forgetting about it. You are actively managing an internal fleet of assets, strategically moving them to where they can solve the next big problem. This is what makes scaling innovation across a huge organization actually affordable.
So let's wrap this all up. What is the real, ultimate benefit of building your own kitchen and managing your own fleet of AI chefs? It really comes down to just two words: intelligence and control.
When you bring your AI home, you finally achieve what really matters, true AI sovereignty. Just look at this list. You control the data. Your secret recipes never leave your site. You control the process. You decide exactly how things get done. You control the costs. Goodbye, scary, unpredictable cloud bills. And, maybe most important of all, you control quality and you control compliance. Every step is safe, secure, and totally auditable.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Cloud AI wants you to send your most valuable intelligence out to somebody else. Edge AI gives you the power to bring that intelligence home, right where it belongs. So the only question left is, are you ready to start cooking?